So the first card you have for your past is the Magician. Yeah, I'm seeing a difficult situation. The Magician's usually positive. I am seeing determination in this card. This is determination to I was going to say to win, not to win, but to fix something you thought was wrong, something that was unfair. I'm not seeing revenge. I don't think you want revenge on anyone, but I think someone was being unfair. Someone else was being unfair. I think someone wanted to get their way, or they wanted to do something without considering other people. They were very inconsiderate. Whoever this was could have been doing very, very well in their lives, actually. And I don't think you were jealous. You weren't kind of wanting to do anything to this person. You weren't jealous of the good life they had, but I think you knew that maybe they didn't get to where they were, excuse me, the right way, the proper way. I think they might have done things in a bit of a dodgy way, or maybe something that wasn't quite right. I think they might have even used people. I think they might have even discarded some people along their way to get to where they were, to where they wanted to go. I'm seeing people helping them. I'm seeing people helping this person on their way up. Maybe you were one of these people helping them on their way up, and then they kind of just dropped everyone. They might have even been quite horrible or done something quite negative toward you and a lot of other people as well. I think for a while you were fine just to let this go. I think you just thought, oh, well, I'm not happy with them, but I couldn't be bothered taking this any further, whatever. I'm just happy to be away from them. It might have been that. Excuse me, I've got a sore throat. And I think, yeah, you were like that for a while. And I think then maybe you saw something, or maybe you read something about this person. And I think this could have stirred something up inside you, or something that they'd said or done, or something that you saw. And this was kind of maybe their arrogant attitude. Maybe they were getting away with things. Maybe they were harming people. Maybe they were just kind of very, very arrogant. Might have been something like that. And I think whatever this was, kind of just tipped you over the edge. Not in a crazy way, but it really tipped you over the edge in a kind of a really angry way. If you look at this table, this sword and this wand on this magician's table are over the edge. They're kind of tipped over the edge. They're not quite falling off, but they're kind of over the edge. And that's how you felt. You're kind of right on the edge of doing and saying something. And I think, you're really, really determined. You didn't want to let this go. I think maybe you wanted, you wanted some kind of justice, I think you wanted to make, I think there was somebody else in this as well. I think someone you cared about was in this, and I think they might have abandoned someone even, or they might have left someone that you cared about, left them without something, or left them feeling alone, and they shouldn't have. It's something like that. So you cared about yourself, you cared about all the other people that they've done whatever they've done to, but there was one specific person who might have been a little bit vulnerable even, and you were kind of caring about them. So you're kind of thinking, I'm going to get justice for them. That's that kind of thing. So yeah, you weren't going to give up. There's an infinity symbol over this magician's head. You were going to go on and on forever until you kind of got this kind of rebalancing of the situation. Yeah, I hope this is making sense to you. This is, I'm just getting this overwhelming feeling of determination, fairness, wanting things to be fair, wanting to right a wrong, not wanting to hurt them, not wanting revenge, not wanting to kind of get one over them, but wanting to make sure a wrong was righted, and wanting to do that because of you, but also mostly because of someone else. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your past is the Ace of Swords. So yes, Yeah, you're really feeling the unfairness of this. This person might have felt that they were on top of things, with a big crown on their head, like this big crown here. And they could have been happy to ride on other people's backs to get to where they wanted to go. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, on this sword, if you look at the sword, it's piercing through this crown. So, whoever they was, yeah, they thought they were like a king. They thought they were at the top of everything. But you could see through this. See, there's a hollow in the crown, and the sword's piercing through it. It's hollow. So there's no top on this crown. It's completely hollow. And you could see right through it. It's like this sword is piercing right through it. The sword of clarity is piercing right through this crown. So yeah, you had clarity around this, and I think you actually knew this person well. I'm getting this feeling that you knew them very well. Excuse me. Again, I'm not seeing you out for revenge. I keep on having to say that because it really sounds like a revenge thing, but that's not what I'm seeing. You just wanted things to be rebalanced. You wanted things to be back into balance, symmetrical again. Like, if you look at this sword, it's perfectly symmetrical. It's right in the middle of this card. That's how you wanted things to be, back into balance. So I think, if this resonates, I think you might be using your mind, you might be using your words to try to right this wrong. You might be saying something, you might be standing up and saying something, you might be writing something. But you're going to think about how you're going to do this. You're going to think about this really carefully. And yeah, I think you will. I think you're right, because I think you will have to be very careful in the way you approach this if you haven't already, because this is in your past. Yeah, I keep on seeing fairness. I keep on seeing equality. But this is a positive card, and you're a really strong person. I think you're a lot stronger than you actually think you are. And the big thing is, I think you're definitely a lot stronger than they think you are. And that's how you're going to get ahead on this, I think, if this all happens. Yeah, so the last card you have for your past is the Empress. So yeah, I think you might have been a bit in two minds about this, actually, about pursuing this thing. Even though you were determined, you're still going backwards and forwards a little bit. I think you knew you were in the right about this. But I think maybe this was a person who you had to heal from at one time. Maybe this was an ex of yours, I don't know, but it was someone who you had to heal from. And I think you might have thought that you'd seen the last of this person, and I think you were happy to see the last of this person, because I was seeing in the Magician card that you just wanted to let this go until this new thing came up and you saw this. So yeah, I think it took a long time for you to feel better after you kind of separated from this person. You had to really take care of yourself. It was like you almost had to nurture yourself, or nurse yourself even back to health, if that makes sense. Emotional health, emotional stability. So yeah, the thought of dealing with them again probably made you feel terrible. You probably really hesitated at the thought of doing that. And I think for a while you were going backwards and forwards in your mind a lot about this. Should I do this? Should I not do this? But then you kept on coming back to what you saw. And that, again, made you determined. You were determined to see this through in the end. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your present is the Queen of Cups. So yeah, the Queen of Cups is very beautiful. She loves ornate things, beautiful things. This beautiful cup, her crown's beautiful, her throne's beautiful. She's beautiful. Her surroundings are beautiful. So she's a very creative person. So this is about creativity. I think you might be starting a creative project. Or you might have already started this. It might have something to do with writing, because you also have the Ace of Swords, so that can be about writing. And yeah, whatever this thing is, I think you're really immersed in what you're doing, to the point where you're just not going to, time's going to rush by, things are going to happen. Phone calls might go off, people might call out to you, but you won't hear them. You're just going to be so immersed in what you're doing. You're going to be working on this, for a long time, hours at a time even. The time's just going to fly and you won't know where it's gone. And you might see this as just a hobby or a side thing. It might be art, it might be something like that. But I think this has the potential to be more than just a hobby. I think you could actually do well with this. You could do a business or something like that. It could easily become a business. But, I think at this time you didn't have any, I don't think you had the energy to think about doing a business or making this into a business at this time. I think you were just happy to be doing whatever this was. It was like a bit of an escape because you had so much going on around you. You just really did need to switch off. So this was really good, a really good thing for you to be doing. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is someone who wants to come close to you, thinks you're physically attractive, because obviously this Queen of Cups is very, very beautiful. And I think they might be holding back from connecting with you for a while. I'm seeing a lot of stressful energy around you, and I think that might be what they're picking up on. I think they might be picking up on that, and they might be thinking, oh, I won't go close to them right now because I know they've got a lot on, and I don't want to bother them. So I think this is actually a really good person. I don't know whether this is someone you're actually in a relationship with or whether this is someone who you're just talking to. But I think this is someone who, they're not just someone who wants to be with you romantically. They're a friend as well. This is a friend and they're an honest person. So I think that, they are attracted to you, but they're a very honest person. I think if you spoke to them about this problem, if you opened up to them, I think they'd really give you an honest answer, and I think they'd listen to you in a very genuine way. They wouldn't take advantage of you or anything like that. So if you know who this is, if this person is around you and you know who it is, you talk to them about it, because I think they would be a really good person to talk to you or to listen to you about that. They're a good listener. The next card you have for your present is the Knight of Cups. So, yeah, again, this person's attracted to you. Excuse me, motorbike. They'd like to come forward to you. I wish that wasn't coming forward to me. Go away. Yeah, they really do want to connect with you. They're picking up on your energy again. I'm seeing the same thing. They don't want to annoy you. They don't want to push you, but they won't walk away either. They're very... they want to stay with you. They're not going to give up on you. They're willing to wait for you. They're not a pushy person. They're not going to push you. And, it might even be that you're around someone that you're not sure whether they like you or not. You might be around someone who you think might be a bit disinterested in you. You like them, you talk to them, but you might be wondering if someone's interested in you or not. If that's what you're wondering, they are. They are interested in you. That's what I'm seeing here. They're just waiting for the right moment. That's what I'm seeing. Excuse me. If this is actually someone you're in a relationship with and they are holding back a bit from you, or if this is someone you're just talking to, this is someone who likes to wait. They might like to wait until everything's perfect before they do things. I mean, if you look at this knight, he's perfectly groomed. He's like a perfectionist. So they want everything to be set up perfectly, just right before they move forward. It's the kind of person who, if it's a man or whatever, whoever, if they want to propose to someone, they won't just sit around and say, oh, shall we get married? Okay, let's go and choose a ring. What do you want? No. They'll wait until the perfect moment. They'll have the perfect ring. And they'll come and find the perfect place. They want everything to be perfect. And you might be thinking, oh, I'm waiting forever for this. Are they going to do this or not? What's going on? So they take a long time, but it's because they want things to be perfect. Not that I'm seeing a proposal in this card. I hope there is one for you, but I'm just seeing someone who wants to wait for things to be just right before they move forward. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your present is the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, I think this is what you nurtured yourself toward, and this is what you grew toward after you kind of separated from this person in the Magician card. You grew toward this very strong, very independent person in this beautiful garden, being happy to be by yourself. I think you went through a really, really low time when you kind of separated from this ex. I think, maybe they even affected you physically in some way. I'm seeing you being a bit stuck. You were stuck physically as well as emotionally. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense to you. Because, when you look at the Empress was when you had to nurture yourself back. So the Empress is sitting down. And now when you look next to it, this is you now. You're standing up. You're still in your beautiful garden, but you're standing up and you have a lot of prosperity around you. You have a lot of wealth around you. And you're a lot more confident. I mean, the Empress is beautiful and nurturing and kind and loving, but she's a little bit selfless as well. And this person in the Nine of Pentacles is you now. I'm not saying you're selfish, but you're kind of more self-preserving. You care about yourself. You think about yourself. You don't just think about other people. You think about yourself. And that's a good way to be. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think this thing has come around at the right time for you, this thing that you found out about this person that kind of was really terrible and you wanted to even up the score with. I think you found out about this person and what they're up to at exactly the right time. Because I think if you had have found out about this when you're in the stage of the Empress, when you're still nurturing yourself, nursing yourself back, you wouldn't have been strong enough to be able to tackle this. But now, at this time, you are strong enough. You're very, very strong. You can cope with this. You can tackle this. It's not easy, obviously, but you are going to be able to do this. And, you know, I don't think they'll be ready. I mean, if you do decide to take action, if this all goes to plan and you do take action on this, they're not going to be ready. They really, really don't have any clue at all that you are as strong as you are right now. I think they see you as who you were then. And I think they see you as not only who you were then, but who they saw you as then, which was someone who wasn't very strong. But you are very strong. And they're going to be shocked if this all goes to plan. They really are. The first card you have for your future is the Six of Pentacles. So, yeah, again, if you look at this card, this is a very unfair situation. This man is giving someone a lot of coins, this pretty girl, and he's ignoring the man. So he's giving coins to one person, and he's just kind of ignoring the other person, which is really unfair, because he really should be giving everyone the same thing or nobody anything, because it's unfair. So yeah, this is about you, again, rebalancing the situation. I think you're still at this stage going to be thinking about this very carefully. I'm still not seeing you taking a lot of action on this yet. You're still thinking about it. But I think while you're going to be thinking about it, I think something might happen, and I think something's really going to bring justice to the situation. It's not going to be in the way that you kind of planned or you thought of. I think something might happen to this person, and they might do something themselves to kind of bring this on themselves. I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you, but I have to tell you what I'm seeing here. I think something in their work, something is going to happen through their work or around something work-related for them that isn't going to be good for them. I think they might have done something dodgy or illegal or something not right. Might not be that severe, but it's something not right. And this is around their job, and they're going to be found out about something. So they're going to be bringing this on themselves. I don't know if they're going to be losing their job. I don't know if they've done something. It might be very serious. It might be something illegal. It might not be. But they're either going to lose their job, or they're going to have something very serious happen in their job where they're going to be watched very, very, very closely, or something is going to happen to make them eventually leave that job on their own accord, because they won't be able to stay there. It's going to be something quite serious. Someone is going to find out something about them, and it's going to be due to their own kind of cockiness and sloppiness, if that makes sense. I think they're going to be a little bit, oh, I know what I'm doing, I can get away with everything, la la la. And they're going to be a bit careless with something, and they're going to be found out about something. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have for your future is the Moon. So yes, I think you had a lot of thoughts. You had a lot of thoughts and plans about how you were going to tackle this situation, but I think this is going to end up being about you not really having to do a lot. I think this person, again, I think they're actually going to be doing this to themselves, and it might be that you don't do anything, actually. I think, this Moon card can be about being a bit deluded sometimes. So I think this person might be a little bit deluded that you're a bit out of touch with reality. So I think this person thought they're a bit, or they are going to, or they do think they're a bit untouchable, and that they're not seeing the reality. They're not seeing that actually I'm in the real world. I'm not the king who can get away with everything. I have to go abide by the rules. I have to do things properly. And I think this is all going to come crashing down on them. And again, you know, they're going to have a lot in their head and in their heart to deal with. It's going to be very, very hard for them. They're going to be having, they might be having nightmares. They're going to really be worrying, stressing about all of this. And again, you know, I know you're not looking for revenge. I know you just want things to be fair. But I think things are going to be difficult for this person after this, very difficult. I think they're going to learn some very, very hard lessons. Cross watchers, please don't think this is automatically about you. It might not be about you, probably isn't about you. So don't be angry with me. So the last card you have for your future is the Five of Pentacles, yes. So things are going to be very difficult for them. I'm not seeing them becoming destitute or anything dramatic as what's going on in this card. But as you can see, this is something about money, job, something about that, because we have the Six of Pentacles and now we have the Five of Pentacles here, which is around them. So, excuse me, you know, I don't want revenge on them either. I don't know them. It sounds like I have it in for them. I don't. This is actually what I'm seeing. I think... yeah, I think they probably made a lot of other people feel alone and bewildered when they were coming up to where they were. But now they're going to feel quite lost for a while, and they're going to feel a little bit how these people were feeling. And again, I don't think this is going to be the outcome that you truly wanted. I think it's going to be different. It is going to even out the score, but I think this is because their side of the scales is going to come down rather than your side going up. You want this to be a bit more positive for you, but what's happened is this has become, or this is going to become negative for them. So, excuse me. So try not to be disappointed in this outcome if it happens. You're the Nine of Pentacles. You have everything you need. You really do. You might not feel like you do. I mean, everyone wants a bit more. Everyone wants something a bit better than they have. But you do. You do have everything that you need. You also have everything that you need to be able to help this vulnerable person that I was seeing in the Magician card. So you can help yourself. You can help them. And I think, you know, it doesn't really matter in the end. I think you're going to be absolutely fine. And I think, you know, even though you didn't want to bring them down, you didn't want revenge on them, this is what's happened, and this is what was supposed to happen to them. That's what I'm seeing. I know that sounds terrible, negative, that I don't like them. I don't think that at all. I don't think anything of them. I don't know them. So, yeah, I know this reading's really specific, and I know it probably won't resonate with many people, but hopefully this is going to reach whoever needs to hear it, and hopefully it's going to bring someone some kind of peace of mind if they've been suffering, thinking about what somebody else has been getting up to. That's what I'm seeing.